I'm going to read The Adventure of Huckleberry, Chapter 12. Here you go. It must have been closed on 1 o'clock, and we got below the island, the lab, and it seemed just go from my floor. It both was just come along to what was going to take to the kind of breath for show. It was waterfall, it didn't come. We hadn't ever thought to put the gun in the cannon, or a fishing line, or anything to eat. We was in orders to much of us wet to think of those many things. It won as good judgment to put everything on the left. If some man went to the island, I just suspect they found the campfire I could. I watched it all right for Jim to come. Anyways, they stayed away from us, and it's my reason the fires never fooled them. It fooled one, and full of mine. It played as low down on them as I could. When the first streak of day to begin to show, we tied up toward Towhead Infantry Path on the Illinois side, and hacked off the cottonwood branches with a hatchet, and then covered up the left with them, so it looked like there had been a cave in the bank there. But Towhead is just a sandbar that has a cottonwood zone. It had thick as a half-fist. We had a mountain on the Missouri shore and then heavy timbers on the Illinois side, and the channel was down the Missouri shore at that place. So we weren't afraid of anybody running across us, and we sat late there all day and watched the left send the steamboat and the stream down the Missouri shore and outbound the steamboat in fight. The big river in the middle, I told Jim all about the times I had been jabbering with that woman. And Jim said she was a smart one. She was to start after her and said we shouldn't sit down much as campfire. Yes, sir. She fetched it up. And well, when I said as to why couldn't she tell her husband to fetch it up? And Jim said, if as she didn't think of it, it's about time the man was allowed to start and he believed they must have gone uptown to get the dog, and so they lost all the time. We wouldn't be here on a town here 16, 17 miles below the village. Indeed, it would be in that same old town. So I said that I didn't care what was the reason they didn't get us, as long as they didn't. When it was beginning to come on dark, we poked our heads out of the cottonwood thicket and looked up and down, and of course nothing inside. So Jim took up some chopped planks of the left and built a snug wigwam. We got under in the blazing weather and linen, and to keep the things dry, Jim made a floor as for the wigwam and laid the foot or more of the level on the left. So now the blankets and all the traps was out of the reach of the steamboat with, right in the middle of the wigwam. We made a layer of dirt and about 5 or 6 inches deep with its flame around it for to hold each its place. So as to build our fires on its slopey. Well, naturally, the wigwam and to just keep it firm and being seen, and we made us express as throwing on, because one of the others might get broken snag and something. We fixed up a short and forked and stick to hang the old lantern on, because we must always lower the lanterns whenever we see a steamboat coming down stream to keep from the getting off of us. But we wouldn't have to write that for up the steamboat unless we see who was in that what's that color crossing. But the river was pretty high at very low banks, being still a little on the water, so abound the boats in always runs channel. But hunt the water. The second night to run between 7 and 8 hours with those current that was making over the 4 mile an hour. We catch the fish and talk, and we took a swim now and then to keep off sleepiness, it was kind of a song, and drifting down the beach and still rivers leaning on our back, looking up at the stars. I know we didn't ever like talking louder, and it wasn't, and I often did laughed on your little kind of a low chuckles we had from my teeth, the weather as a general thing. Nothing ever happened to us at all. The night, no the next, no the next. Every night we fast pounds, and some of them surveyed up black case-sided. Nothing but just a shiny bed of light, not a house in Clichy, and the fifth night we passed St. Louis. It was like the whole world lit up. In St. Petersburg, they used to say there was a 20 or 30,000 people in St. Louis. But I never believed it till I see the wonderful spread of lights at 2 o'clock that Tuesday night. There wasn't, and the sound there, and everybody was asleep. Every night I used to sleep ashore toward 10 o'clock at some little village. By 10 or 15 cents worth of meat or bacon or other stuff we. Sometimes I left the chicken that one and loose strings comfortably, stripped him along and pet. I always said and take a chicken when you get a chance, because if you don't want him yourself, you can easily find somebody that does. But Didi ain't ever forgot. I never see Pep when he didn't want a chicken himself, and that is what he used to say. Anyway, morning before daylight, I slipped into Confuse and borrowed a watermelon and marshmallow and pumpkin, and of some new corn, and things of the kind. And Pablo said it one, no harm to borrow a thing, and if he was, and then he spade and back sometimes. But a widow, and said it once anything but a soft name for string. Another addition and body and undo it. It seems sad he like on the widow and was falling light, and the pepper was awfully light, so the best way it would be for us to pick out 2 or 3 things from the list to say we wouldn't borrow them anymore. Like it wouldn't be no harm to borrow the others, so we took it over and all one night, drifting along down the river, trying to make up our minds whether to drop the watermelon or the cantaloupe or the marshmallows. Oh, what? Marshmallow. But about full daylight we got it all settled satisfactorily, and concluded to drop the crab apples and fish-moms. We won and feeling just like the people then. I was all comfortable now. I was glad and waited to come out too, because in crab apples ain't ever gone. And Simon, and then wouldn't we like it for 2 or 3 months yet? We shot a waterfall now and then, and that got off too early in the morning, or didn't go to bed early enough in the evening. Take it all around. The fixed night below St. Louis, we had the big storms, and after the midnight, with the power of thunders and the light and the rain poured down in solid sheet. We stayed in the wigwam and let the locusts take care of itself, and when the lightning glared out, we could see a big straight river and high a lucky bluffs on both sides, and by said I Helen. This lucky Andres, it was a steamboat that had a keel, a seven lock, and was drifting straight down to her. The writing shore was very distinct. She was leaning over and with part of her upper deck and the water, and then you could see some every chimbley guy and green girl shared by the big well, and with all the hopes and hat hanging on the back of it. When the precious come, well, it being the way, and the night and stormy, and also Mr. Fly at the front. Just away, any other voice to fell, when I see the black lining there so mournful, and something in the middle of the river, I wanted to get aboard of her and sprinkle around religion. And I see what there was there, so I said, I don't want to go fooling like the son of light. We're doing it blame we better let the blame as well alone as the good book says and like no dice and watchman and all that like watchman to your grandmother says. And nothing to watch. It's about Texas and that's the pilot house and do you like him? Anybody's going to last his life for Texas and the pilot house in such a night as it is? Was likely to black happening was up and down any minute. Jim couldn't say it, nothing to that. So he didn't try it, and besides I said that we might borrow something. Borrowing, struggling. Was heading out of the captain's staterooms and cigar, a veteran and a coast and 5 cents apiece. Called the catches steamboat and captain stole his reach and got $6 a month and they don't care to send and what thing cold and you know so long as the days to want it and stick a candle in your pocket. I can't last Jim. He'll give her lunging and do you reckon Tom so it's whatever to go buy this thing. Not buy and he didn't. His call is an adventure so that what do you call it? And then had a land on that it was his lowest act. And then Lee through starting it. Ring spread himself and no nothing. The wire you didn't think it was a Christopher's clone discovering King and comes out which comes it was here. Jim he grumbled just about giving and then he said it mustn't talk anymore and then we could have and then talk to my low. Lightning showed us the lag again just in time and we passed the stable the dragon made it back there. Now there was high out here and we went sneaking down the slow road into left road in the dark toward the Texas and pulling out of the way slowed with our feet and displaying our hand out to fend off the guys. And it was so dark and we could see no sign of them. The fishing and we struck in the port and out the skyline and come onto it and the next step and patch it up in front of the captain door was what happened and by Jimmy's way down the through the fact is all we see a light and low in the 7th second and then we see to hear the low voice in yonder. Jim was bored and sad and he was feeling powerful sick and then told me to come on. I said oh I was going to start to fall left. But just then, I heard a voice to wail out and say, "Please down, boys. I swear that I want to tell." Another voice said as to feel louder, "Lie, Jim Turner. You've acted this way before. You always want more and you shot of truck. You always got it, that too, because you swore. If you didn't, you tell. But this time, you said it just on time to manage you the meanest and treacherous hung in the country." By this time, Jim was gone for the left, and I was just building with curiosity. I said to myself, "Tom will back out now," and so I'm going to see what's going on here. So I dropped on my hands and knees and a little faster, and got up and in the dark to the run, and about one stateroom to me and across whole Texas. Then in there, and I see a man straight on the floor and tied a hand on foot, and then 2 men standing over him, and then one of them had a dim the lantern in his hand, and the other had the pistol. This one capped and then pointing a pistol at the man's head as from the floor, then like and out a mean skank. The man on the floor stood shriveled up and said, "Oh, please don't, Bill. I am going to tell." Every time he started the man with his lanterns to the left and say, "Do you, eh? You never said on a tour think that? You betcha." And once he said, "Hear him back. Hear him back. Hear him back." If we hadn't got the best of him and tied him to kill us both, and I was for least of nothing, just because we stood on our rights and that's to was first. But I lay you ain't going and threatening of it anymore. Jim Turner put up the pistol bill. Bill says, "I don't want to check Becker lines for killing him, and didn't kill all the hot food just the same way don't he deserve it. But I don't want him killed, and I've got my reason for it." Breath you heard at from the world Jack Packard. I'll never forget you won't sleep. I sat the man on the floor, sort of the problem. The Packer didn't take no notice of that, and I hung up the Lieutenant O'Neill and started toward where I was there in the dark, and then motioned for it to come, and then I pushed as fast as I could about 2 yards, and but the boat slanted so that I couldn't make the very good time, so to keep the storm to keep getting to the and to catch it. I crawled into the stairs on the upper side. The man came falling along the dock, and when the Packer got to my staterooms and said, "Here, come in here." And in come and Bill after him, but the guy and I was up in the upper berth and in tower, and slowly I come. Then they stood there with their hands on the ledge of the berth and talked. I couldn't see them, but I could tell whether it was by the whiskey they'd been happy. I was glad I didn't drink whiskey. But it wouldn't make too much difference anyway, because most of the time, they could not treat me, and because I didn't breathe it, I was too scared, and besides, although they couldn't breathe it and didn't hear such talk. They talked low and earnest as Bill wanted to hear Tana said. And he said, only tell us and her, and if we was to give both our children to him. Now, it didn't make no difference, and the law and the ways we preserved him and surety of on. He turns and states the evidence. Now, you hear me? I'm putting him out of his troubles. So am I, says Packard, very quiet. When I began to think of you wasn't, and well then, and that was a lie. Let's go and do it. Hold on a minute, I had my say that. You listen to me. Couldn't go. But there's a quieter way of doing it to be done. What I say is this: I ain't good sense to go crawling around after the hotel. If you can get what you are up to in some way, that's just as good. At the same time, don't bring you into no risks, and so you better this. But how are you going to manage it this time? Well, my idea is this, and we'll lost around and gather some whatever is thinking and overlooked in the staterooms and the shop for sure and high truck. Yeah, well wait. Now I say it, ain't it going to be more than 2 hours before this wreck breaks up and wash it off down the river. See? He'll be drowned. And no one have nobody to blame for it but his own self. I like him. That's the controllable side of that. I'm telling him. I'm proud of killing a man as long as you can get around it, and it's good sense. It ends with more than that. Yeah, I like him. But suppose she don't break up and wash up. Well, we can wait 2 hours anyways and see if we can wait. Alright, let's go on. So they started and lit out and all into the sea sweat and then scampered for the air was dark as pitch there, but I said in a kind of coast whisper, Jim. And I answered to up and right at my elbows with a sort of the moon, and I says, quick, there ain't no time for fooling around this morning, and there's a gang of murderers in yonder, and if we don't hunt up their boat and set drifting down the river so these fellows can get away from the lake, that one of them is going to be in a bad fix. But if we find the boat, we can put all of us in a bad fix for the shaft I get on. Quickly on the boat side, you on the starboard, and you start at the left head. My load left. Yeah, left. No more don't drop loose and don't ever race. Wow, it's quite low. Right on.